Hey YouTube, Andrew here. So today we're at my place. That right there is where I burn 90% of my brush. That pile. I hope you can see it up there. There's a fire ring about where the kids are walking. That is where I built that fire ring about 7 years ago out of landscape bricks, not fire bricks. And anything that had nails in it, like pallets, pieces of pallets and stuff like that, got burned in there, so the nails didn't end up in my tractor or lawnmower or something like that. This brush pile is, when I moved here, there was a giant dead oak tree right there. It's the first tree I ever cut here. I wish I'd have had a GoPro back then, because everything you see from about where the fire pit is all the way back down to here, all the way down to the creek, and it looked like this stuff in front of me. You couldn't even walk through it. A lot thicker than that, actually. And that was the reason I got a tractor, was to clear all that, and then I started, doing business with it. But it's not here nor there. I get tired of emptying the thing up there, and it's all cracked up, so it's coming out. This pile, I end up bringing the ashes and whatnot down off this bank right over here. I'm hoping you can see me in front of me. So I'm constantly moving ashes from, either shoveling them out of the fire ring or off this burn pile with the tractor. There'll be a project coming up before long. I don't know if you can see under the treehouse over there. I've got firewood. I've been splitting up. That was an oak tree we took down last year in the front yard. Actually, I need to make a short video on that, because the wife got it all on video of me pulling that tree down. Pulling / with a chainsaw. So we're splitting that up for firewood, because my kids love to have campfires and s'mores and stuff, so we're doing that. So fire ring over here is going to end up over there on the other side of the tree house, because that's where my kids go down and play in the creek. So I'm wanting to mulch all that area over there and put in a little fire ring and place to sit and do, campfire, s'mores, stuff like that. One of the projects in that involves doing away with the dry creek bed that I did from about the play set down past the tree house down off into that other ravine over there, or, ditch, whatever you want to call it, which is nothing but where part of my gutters drain and all the neighbors drain into. But when I do that, there'll be a video coming on me doing gutter drains, because I've got 3 to do on that side of the house. I got one that's directly behind there that I don't even know where it's at. The end's gone. It's stopped up and keeps the corner of the house all wet. It's going to get dug in. It's going to come right down through where that fire ring is, and come down over through here, and then there's 2 on the other side of the dog lot that will also come down through here that are off front of the house. So that's another project. But I'm tired of moving ashes from up there down to here, and I want something where I can burn brush, I can burn old pallets, stuff like that, that I don't have to worry about running over. So that being said, right here where I dump my ashes. And if you can see, I don't know if you can see in front of me, I've made a nice little circle here. This area is kind of off the beaten path. I don't ever come down here. The kids ride their go-kart a little bit right down through here where we're going to be piling dirt, but I told them I'd move it later. I'll end up putting it on that pile over there. But what we're going to do in this one, I'm going to set y'all up on a time lapse and dig this hole. If this goes good, I will switch. Right now we got the 24-inch tooth bucket on. If it's going good, I will put the 36-inch bucket on. But if you see that rock laying right out there, that rock is a rock I found grabbing a little tree out. We grow rocks around here, about like they grow, corn out west. So it's everywhere, and big rocks. So I've got my 1 foot bucket right there, 2 foot here, 3 foot's up in front of the house, beside the driveway where I set it off the trailer. But if this area is not too rocky, we will switch to the 3 foot. But I figured 2 foot was a good place to start. So, all right. So before we get this thing really going, y'all tell me how the audio sounds, how the picture quality / camera placement. That's what word I was looking for. I've tried several different mounts and stuff in here, and this is about the best one I found. That thing's full of roots. I thought I might get a little topsoil out of this, but looks like it's only about 1 inch thick. So we're not going to get a lot of topsoil out of this before we hit our nice rocky clay. So y'all let me know how that is, and we're gonna be piling this up. So right up there you see that pile where the kids have got toys on it. That is from a basement that was dug on a lot between my house and over there. That was an old lot. So I've got that pile of dirt, but I'm gonna need some fill dirt, and I'll probably use this stuff. It looks better than that stuff over there, and so far is less rocky. So yeah, let me know how the audio sounds. Right now I'm only running like 1/4 throttle in eco mode, so I'm not too worried about having too much power or anything right here. I'm just, the last video, the audio seemed like it wasn't as good as I would like it, but the camera was on also a different place, so I want to see how it sounds in this audio, or with this camera placement. I may have to get me a media mod, and if that don't fix it, then I'll invest in a wireless mic, which I want to do anyways. But y'all keep watching and subscribing and liking like y'all are, which if you haven't done, please like this video, subscribe, helps my algorithms, and makes me a little money, 25-30 bucks a month, a couple months, we might have us I promise if things keep up, I will buy a media mod at least, which I know will help the audio some. We're getting down into straight up clay now. So we will do that. So remember, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Because on this channel, used to, it was tractor related videos. Not as in depth as, some people. But now that I quit my job, should I say retired. Oh, hello, there is a root right there. And that is why we don't have the 3-foot bucket on. And I don't think we're going to put it on after that. Oh, no, we're not going to put her on anytime soon. Things in there. But now we're gonna be doing more excavator. I've got a mower coming from this. My business partner has secured his, I'm gonna call it a Bobcat. I'm gonna call it a Bobcat from now on, even if he ends up with something else. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry. He got a Bobcat T770. There's some shorts on it on the channel that getting it, and then yeah, I think that's all that's on the channel on it. The if you check us out on Facebook or Instagram, Facebook is BB Land Services, and on Instagram it is, or on Facebook is BNB Land Services. On the old Instagram it's just BB Land Services, because wonderful Instagram won't let me do the and sign. So right now I'm just trying to get this more topsoil-ish stuff off that has organic matter in it. If y'all can see my phone mount right over here, anybody else that's got a deer, the John Deere Excavator group on Facebook, you need to join it. There was another kid on there. I say kid. He looked about my age, probably mid-30s. Yeah, I want to call myself a kid. My body wakes up every morning and tells me I'm not. But he took a bulletproof mount, or not bulletproof, bullet point mount, and it's actually a made for a JK Jeep, and mounted it on this piece of steel that's to the right of the display on the Deere machines, Deere, Hitachi, whatever. And I seen it and I was like, oh, I gotta have one of those. Yes, it's about 60 bucks, but I will tell you, these bullet point mounts are pretty solid. So, well worth the money. And that is how I have that mounted. So if anybody wants one of those. There's a little bit more of a darker topsoil here that we are going to try to save. We're going to put all that over here because that dry creek bed that's on the other side of the tree house is going to need filled in. Yep, there we go. And it's looking more like clay. There we go. There's just some more topsoil. It's going to need filled in, and I got some spots in my yard that need filled in with a richer soil than just red clay. So, sorry I'm rambling, but that's what we do here sometimes. So, I am going to now put you on the time lapse, and we will get going. So we ended up putting the 3-foot bucket on because, well, mainly I just wanted to move this stuff quicker. Anybody that's looking at a 35G, or if you have a 35D or C, I don't know, any of those, but if you look at them, a lot of times the 36-inch tooth bucket is not really an option. Luckily I'm good friends with my dealer, and I told him I wanted a 36-inch. Well, he's like, okay. A lot of people's like, oh, it won't run one, it's tippy, it's this, that, and the other. Red clay, and we're digging it, and there's full extension. Now, yes, if I go up and down really hard, it is kind of tippy. But you know what? The 24-inch bucket at full extension with a load of clay will also do the same thing. So don't let anybody tell you that a 36-inch bucket won't work on a 35 machine. And also, don't let people tell you that 35 is horsepower wise, yes, it is less than like a Deere 40, but weight wise they're very similar, especially get the long arm and the cab, but I'm really loving this 36-inch bucket. And when I said we mined rocks around here, this pile of dirt is not getting mixed in with that pile of dirt, because I'm pretty sure that pile of dirt is full of rocks like everything else in my whole front yard and backyard. There's not rocks in this. This is some beautiful just clay, and then there's a little bit of topsoil. But yeah, this is going to become fill for stuff that I have other places, so I'm not going to mix it in with the other, because some really good stuff. That's the reason I switched to the 36-inch bucket, was just to make this go faster, because I was like I said, you know, if you got a 20 or a 36-inch bucket, why are we going to mess around with a 24-inch bucket? If I had my 42-inch smooth bucket already that I want to get, my tilt grading bucket, honestly I'll probably be using it here as few rocks as I'm hitting. So if y'all don't know, I am in the southern end of the Appalachian Mountains in northeast Georgia. I can be in North Carolina or Tennessee in about 15-20 minutes. So, if that tells you where I'm at. We're right here in the very southern hills of the Appalachians. So it is mountainous, it is rocky, and it is full of clay. And it did rain today also, so I wanted to get this stuff done earlier, but the cardiologist said otherwise and said I had to, come see them. Yeah, we're going to clear it that way. As long, if y'all see me coming all the way in, it's not the fact that the bucket's outweighing me, it's the fact that I got trees right here, or if I swing this way, I've got trees over here. So that's why I'm booming up and sticking in as much as I can to try to avoid hitting them. Yeah, we're getting into some of the roots around here, but if we end up killing these trees from digging this or the fire, well, you know what? Guess what? There's more firewood. They're just little post oaks anyways. The biggest one may be probably that one. It's about 10 inches, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, so we did switch to the 36-inch bucket. Some people are probably going to ask this, why do you want to dig a hole to burn stuff in? Well, if the nails and stuff from those pallets are in a hole, I'm not going to run over them. Plus, it's a little thing, you know, burn the, or pile the hole full of brush. It's something I can tell the kids, hey, yeah, go put that in the hole. Now, growing up, we always had a big hole and we had a small hole. We had a big hole about the size of this one that Dad burned brush and whatnot in. And then we had a small hole, which was really where a tree had fallen over in the backyard. But you know, after dinner we would, put all the scraps in a bucket because we didn't have garbage disposal or anything. And it was either take this to the big hole if it had meat and stuff. If it was just vegetables, we'd take it to the small hole. We really should have had some hogs back then. We could have fed it to them, but I don't know. Having a burn hole is just something that's kind of always been a part of me, and I've always kind of wanted one. So now that I've got the new hoe, we are making one. So far I'm liking the angle, and I think I'm going to bring it around. I don't think y'all can see over here. I can't really see anymore. My camera screens have turned off, but hey, y'all can see over here. I'm going to bring it around kind of right where I'm at and back around. It's about the size of a car, probably 3 foot deep. It'll be good for brush and whatnot. You pile brush down in there, plus then you pile it up, 3 or 4 feet. You got 8 foot of brush. So yeah, that's a little bit about this. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. But y'all are probably gonna, if you're subscribed, you're probably gonna see a lot of that and watch a lot of this, because I find myself in here talking a lot to myself. When I first started making videos in the excavator, the first one, well, the last one, y'all, where I introduced the machine, plus cleared at my brother's house. When I wasn't running the camera, I found myself even like talking through everything I was doing. But so, I mean, it happens. Kind of get used to it. So I am going to put y'all on a time lapse again and let y'all finish watching this, and then I may bring y'all back in when look at that, even off the side, angled around the 36-inch bucket, dug fine, full of clay. Yep, a little bumpy there. You know what? Because I'm sitting on 3 points, I'm not really anchored that good. But enough babbling. Let's get back to the time lapse. Alright, so we are getting it done here. About got it done for what I need it for, at least. I realize there's way more fill dirt here than what I need for anything, so I may call a neighbor up, lives across the street. He was talking about needing some fill dirt. We may see if he needs some of this. If so, we'll get the little 2038R there and load up the dump trailer and get it hauled over to his place. I'm sorry, y'all gotta look at my bald head. I'm actually making this deeper than I planned on, just because it's digging so good. The deeper it is, the less often I have to burn it. Brush and stuff I can put in there. Just actually as often I have to clean it out. But I am just tickled at how good this is dug. Like, as far as hitting rocks and stuff, I was planning on this being a horrible little trip here. Hold on, I gotta swing the boom. It's the beauty of these minis, you can swing the boom one side or another and do a lot. I know y'all probably not in camera, but it's the angle I need to trim up this side of the hole here. Shape this side down, make it look decent. Like I said, this ain't gonna be pretty, but I want as much capacity as I can. Alright. Maybe now y'all are inside again of the bucket. So, I appreciate y'all coming along. For the digging of my burn hole here. Y'all probably see more of this in future videos, us putting stuff in it. But, now you understand why I have it. I got tired of burning stuff up there. Call this a wraps for this video. I'm not going to make this one a hour and 15-minute video like I did the last one. If anybody watched that, God bless you. Like I said, I found myself just talking to myself in the cab, and yeah. So, like I said earlier, if you haven't subscribed already and you like this type of content, please subscribe. Click that like button, and also hit that bell notification for updates on future videos. I'm going to try to get one out every few days of either a short video, one of the YouTube shorts, or if I can, I'm going to try to get a full video out. The internet here is not the greatest, so I may not get long ones out as often as I would like, simply but for the fact they take, 20-something hours to upload. So But like I said, I appreciate it, and I appreciate all my subscribers. Until next time, thank you and have a blessed day. So, real quick before I end this, we are digging this out off to the side, over the, not with the blade, not over the drive motors. We are digging shaky right now because I'm sitting halfway up on that dirt pile, my spoil pile. But look at that 36-inch tooth bucket on the John Deere 35G long arm, perfectly manageable off the side. And I don't know if y'all see the camera doing this compared to this up here. That's because I've got the horizontal, the stabilizer on. So if it looks like the camera's moving, the camera's not moving. It is, if you watch this up here, is compared to the level. So that tells you the top grade that I'm on. So yeah. I just wanted to show you all that real quick because I ended up being off to the side here and was digging just fine and wanted to show you all that.